Soye Savoir, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, civil servants will be penalized for COVID-19 breaches. 106 arrests, social gatherings top list. And exporter shifts focus to local market.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jamie Toro.
Civil servants who breach government directives on the curfew and movement restrictions could lose their jobs. Prime Minister Bainimarama, in a national address, has pointed out that employees of any taxpayer-funded organization must behave responsibly. Edwin Nand with this report.
Bainimarama says ministers, assistant ministers and all members of parliament took a 20% pay cut in solidarity with Fijians, but no civil servant has had to face the same fate.
So I was extremely disappointed to hear the news that a civil servant was arrested this weekend for a curfew violation. Let's remember, no civil servant or any employee of statutory bodies and government-owned commercial companies has received a pay cut.
A number of police officers have been arrested in recent days for breaching curfew and for social gatherings. One employee of the Ministry of Economy has also been arrested for not adhering to the curfew. The Prime Minister has recommended to all arms of government that any civil servant who has not adhered to directives should face the consequences.
Now, as always, these Fijians are constitutionally mandated to adhere to high standards of professionalism and integrity and faithfully implement Fiji's laws. That is why I believe if any of these Fijians are convicted of violating our health protection directives, they should be dismissed.
More than 1,100 people have been arrested so far for breaching the restrictions on movement, social gatherings, as well as for breaking curfew.
However, Trump says the U.S. will continue to engage with the organization in pursuit of what he calls meaningful reforms. 106 arrests were made in the last 24 hours, with 88 taken in custody for social gathering breaches. The Northern Division recorded 39 of the 88 arrests, while the Eastern Division recorded 20 cases. West and South had 13 cases each, and the Central Division recorded 3 arrests. Curfew breaches accounted for 18 arrests, with the East recording 11, 5 in the South and 2 in the Western Division. Of the 106 arrests made, 14 were juveniles who breached both curfew and social gathering breaches. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiven Ngilio says social gatherings continue to be a concern. He reiterates the Prime Minister's message that physical distancing is the only strategy proven to beat COVID-19, and everyone needs to stop breaching the restrictions or find themselves behind bars. Navy personnel on board our newest patrol boat, RFNS Savenada, which arrived in Fiji waters yesterday, will remain on board for further quarantine. The boat initially left Perth, Australia on the 23rd of last month and stopped over at Darwin and Cairns for resupply and refueling before making its final leg to Suva. Given the risk of COVID-19, the Fiji Navy says the crew will undergo quarantine and isolation on board for another week before they are allowed to disembark. The RFNS Savenada, which entered Suva Harbour for the first time yesterday, is part of the Australian-supported Pacific Maritime Security Program. The restrictions amidst COVID-19 locally and globally have forced a leading root crop exporter to focus on the local market. Navo-based Ben's Trading Limited exports root crops to Australia, New Zealand and the USA. Managing Director Penny Moy says the local market was not profitable. That is why he turned his focus to export only. Moy adds he was to export 9 containers last month, but this did not happen due to border restrictions. He says they have incurred a loss of more than $50,000.
You know that 9 containers, till now, I'm still pushing it in Loktok and Nandi and Mamak and some other places like Singapore a little bit. I'm still pushing that 9 containers. Now it's about a month.
Poultry farmers in Baulevu, Nausori, yesterday received a dozen chicks each from the Agriculture Ministry. This is part of the ministry's effort to assist farmers affected by the recent tropical cyclone Harold. Baulevu Advisory Councillor Kishore Kumar says the initiative is an indication of the government's commitment in sustaining the productivity of Fiji's agriculture and livestock sector.
White farmers already receive chicken now, but we just give 1 dozen each. Altogether, I receive from agriculture office, receiving 350 chicken I receive, small. Just now I just start to give it to farmers.
Up ahead, funding an issue for schools rugby league.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
The Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby League Board may have to wait for word from its sponsors before determining the overall winner of its competition. President Aquila Vute says the current sponsors have not been forthcoming amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. The board will make a final decision once the current situation normalizes.
Declaration of an eventual winner for the year. Once again, it may depend on the availability of sponsorship.
A weak trough of low pressure continues to lie slow-moving just to the northeast of Fiji. Conditions will be mostly sunny and pleasant today. For tomorrow, expect light showers, otherwise mostly fine conditions. That's your FBC News Now. You can join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. And for these stories and others, you can also tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM, or get updates as they happen on the FBC News website. That's fbc.com.fj. From everyone here at Broadcasting House, stay safe and healthy, and have a good afternoon.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.